Hey guys, how is everybody doing? We are on Australian Survivor, Season 9, Episode 5. It's a very exciting season. Episode, season as well. Last we left off, we had Sophie getting voted off by a majority of the tribe. It was a 7-4 split. Their initial goal was David, but then they switched it to Sophie. So it became a majority going for Sophie, and the original 4 that wanted to get David out going for David. And Sophie got voted out, but instead of going home, she got traded to the other team, which was the blue team. We come to this episode, and Sophie is pissed, losing her stuff. Her sister, she's on the same tribe with her sister now. I believe her sister's name is KG. So she's on the same side with her sister, and her sister is worried that her bad gameplay is going to affect her game going forward, which is a legitimate concern because Sophie's kind of a wild card. She plays very emotionally, and her sister said something where Sophie is very headstrong and she's not afraid to tell people what she thinks, and she's a very bold and straightforward kind of person. And she said those are very good qualities. I would disagree. Those are good qualities in a person that can control it. If you have no choice but to be that way, you're a liability. You're not a strong person. You're just reckless. But that's the kind of player she is. Her sister is a little bit more social and a little bit more subtle. So it's an interesting dynamic, and plus the most subtle one turns out to be the older sister. I think I knew that. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, because the first episode they had to wrestle each other, and I was like, the younger sister, which was bigger, which is Sophie. She's a lot bigger than her sister, so she won that just from the weight advantage. And she goes to the other tribe, and she immediately starts bad-mouthing Sam, which is the person that she tried to protect and the reason why she wanted to go after Dave in the first place. And Sam turned against her because Sam went with the numbers. But she started bad-mouthing Sam on a new tribe where Sam's husband has a lot of influence on this tribe, which is a bad move. But, that's just the kind of game she plays. Let's see. All right, that's her sister right there, being concerned about her game, her sister's Sophie's gameplay affecting her. Right, but we're gonna skip a lot of this talking. They did a lot of. Hold on, this is important. Hold on. Oh no. Can't get. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. This is what Sophie decided to do. Right in front of these folks, she started bad-mouthing Sam, and Mark is right there, her husband. Bad move. And then there's this Alex. I just learned his name in this episode. I think I knew his name before, but he was just not an important character. He hurt his back, I believe, in like episode 2, and he's just been kind of just bed rest the whole time. Completely useless individual. I believe who got voted out instead of him? Can't quite remember. Brianna, I believe. I think it was Brianna that got voted up instead of him, because David's on the red team and David is Brianna's father. So yeah, it was Brianna and I got voted out instead of him. So he spent a lot of time just laying down because his back hurts. And then there's Nina. She's working very close with Mark, which is Sam's husband. Sam, who Sophie now hates because Sam betrayed her. See if we can get to the, just a lot of talking. Let's get to the reward challenge. Oh, come on. Oops. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right. This is the reward challenge. You basically have to knock their opponents off the stage. As you can see, there's Sophie going against Sam. She's angry at Sam, and she's bigger than Sam. Guess what happens? She loses. Absolute trash. Just a lot of emotion, a lot of anger, completely inept. Right. These two, also two people that just not on my radar, just not very good at the game, but I did learn their name. I believe I learned their name. See if I can remember. All right, so these two are cousins. There's actually two cousins. Jay, who I didn't really know that much, who he's on, I believe he's on the red team. Yep, he's right there. That's Jay right there in the red team. There are two cousins, so he's one of the cousins. Jay, his cousin is Alex, the guy that's pretty much crippled because his back hurts. And these two are also cousins. This is Josh and Jordan. There's a Jordy and there's a Jordan. All right, so these two are cousins. It's weird that the two cousins kind of reflect each other, because you can see Jay and Jordan are the same complexion, and Josh and Alex are also the same complexion. So he's like just a weird dynamic between these cousins. All right. Right, so the winner of the reward challenge, I don't remember, I think it was the blue. Oh, yes. It was the blue tribe. The last ones to compete was Nina once again against her mother, Sandra. And she just knocked Sandra down in the water. And this is Blue Tribe celebrating. They just won the reward challenge. And their prize was, it was food. I believe it was food, but they had to eat it at the red tribe's base. So all of them got together for that one meal. Mostly everyone was just talking to their family members, except Sophie, because she's on the same tribe with her sister. She went around pissing off her old tribe. And by doing that, she also pissed off her new tribe because those are their family members. First, she got mad at her old allies, the three that voted with her to get rid of David, that was still loyal to her. She got mad at them because they weren't talking to her, which makes sense because they were left out of a majority vote, and they're trying to get back on the good side of their new tribe, and she's on a different tribe. So it makes sense that they would try to build a bond with their tribe because they were left out of the vote. But for some reason, Sophie took that personally, and she's accusing them of betraying her and sleeping with the enemy, which makes no sense. There's 3 of them, and then a tribe with 7 other people that voted a different way. You're not making any sense, but she's upset and she's just yelling at them, ostracizing the only allies that she had left that could be useful in a merge. Bad move. And then also going after Sam once again. Another bad move, because Sam is a sneaky player and her husband has a lot of power on the other side. Just not good moves all around. All right. So we're going to go to the immunity challenge. There we go. Nope, that's not good. There we go. All right. All right, this is what the immunity challenge looks like. They have to hold up these ropes that's attached to logs that are hanging there, and the whole team has to hold it up. The team that holds up those logs the longest wins. All right. Right away, the blue team was crushing it. Red team was dropping out one by one. See, as you saw in the last little snippet there, the blue team all had their whole team still holding on. But here you come over to the red team and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 still holding on. The rest of them already dropped out. All right. So it looks like the the blue team is killing it. Then it comes down to one person left on the red team. And the blue team, I believe they still had like 5 or 6 people still left. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I believe it was 5, 6. Oops. Okay. There. That's what the blue team looks like right now. These 2 dropped out and the rest of them are still on there. It looks like I believe he drops. He's about to drop. She holds on for a while, and there's Alex. The last 2 to hold on was Sophie and Alex, because the rest of them start dropping like flies. But then, but in the end, because this is what you got to understand about this challenge. All of them are holding up the exact same weight. So every person that drops out adds weight to the other person. So as soon as people start dropping, they're dropping one by one because there's more weight on them. If they were already struggling, there's more weight on them. So they just start dropping like flies because the weight is heavy. But in the end, freaking Ben right here, that was holding on by himself, holding all the weight of all these people by himself, beat the freaking 7 others on the other tribe that was holding on the weight. He outlasted them and won it for the red team. It was freaking amazing because in the reward challenge, he got tossed by Jordy in like 5 seconds. Keep in mind, he's a tall, big dude. He got in there. Jordy taunted him for a little bit and tossed him out of the out into the water in 5 freaking seconds. So I'm like, this dude is sorry. He comes here in the freaking immunity challenge, and he does. Oh my God! I was blown away, man. This guy, I didn't expect him to be that strong because on their team, remember, there's Croc, who's way bigger than him. Not as tall, but way bigger, muscular. This dude powers through by himself. Just just amazing play. I'm starting to root for him now. That display, it's commendable. I love a challenge beast, and I love to see that kind of stuff. All right, so the red team won immunity, and Sophie, who just messed up, now on her new tribe, they just lost, so they're going to tribal. Immediately they get back. Everyone is talking about getting rid of Sophie, and finally, her sister sees the writing on the wall. She goes to talk to everybody, and they're not giving her anything. They're just saying, sorry, but your sister's got to go. And then she threw in, well, if my sister wasn't here, we would still be getting rid of Khan. Remember, they were conspiring against Khan to flush his idol. And she suggested, why don't we, just do that? Why don't we split the votes and still and put the majority on Khan in case he plays his idol, and you could still get rid of my sister if you want to. So as soon as she was telling this plan, everybody was like, yeah, why don't we do that? So they immediately switch back to getting rid of Khan. And something incredible happens. A player that is a dark horse that I should recognize by now as being very great at this game, Shay, which is Ben's girlfriend. She was part of that conversation, and she said, yeah, we can do that. We can split the votes between Sophie, me, and Khan. She did that because, as a smart player, she realized the reason they were getting rid of Khan is because he has an idol and a great social game, which doesn't make sense to me because he's no longer a threat if you think he's a threat, right? If everyone thinks he's a threat, his social game no longer matters. So the reason you're targeting him goes away. But they do this every time in Survivor. They always target the people that they think is a great social threat, but by seeing them as a threat, they're no longer a threat. The people that are a threat are the ones that you no longer see as a threat, but they still have a great social game and they're cool with everybody. Like Nina and Mark, those are the real threats. No longer Khan, because everybody's looking at Khan. But, and plus I'm partial to Khan, man. He's a beast. He's a beast. He puts down, like, he kills it, man. I don't want him to go. I don't want him to go, man. He's one of my favorites in this season. The aggressiveness and the great social play and the freaking getting idols and can't do a good player like that. That's just not cool. But Shay, see, especially when she lost Brianna, which was her number one, and she played it really well while getting rid of Brianna and keeping herself safe, and she's no longer even a target or consideration while holding an idol. Listen, that's good gameplay. And literally suggesting to flush her own idol while they're targeting other people with idols. Because this is the thing, if they're gonna get rid of Khan for an idol, when they get rid of Khan, she would be the only one left with an idol, and she would lose those alliances. So it's such a great move. You see a little picture right here, of them. That's when they're making the plans to get rid of Khan. See Alex with his little broken back. I think that's either Mel or Melissa. I don't know, the twins. I mean, they're twins. There's Nina, KG, that's Sophie's sister. Or is it KJ? I don't know, something like that, something stupid. I think her name is like Kate, but there's another Kate, so they just, whatever. And this is Jordy. And you got Mark over here and Shay with that great play suggesting that they split the votes on her. So here's how it breaks down. There's going to be 3 votes on Sophie, 3 votes on Shay, and 5 votes on Khan. Big dog. It's very disappointing, but this is how it's going to go down. Now everyone is trying to gaslight Khan and tell him that the votes are going to go for Sophie even KG, whatever, the sister, she goes up to Khan and she's crying and she's acting like her sister's going to go and she doesn't know what she's going to do. And Khan is buying it. But then as he looks around, because he's a chef, he's also taking care of the meals. As he looks around and he sees everyone talking, he starts to get nervous. He's like, they're all whispering, they're all having these conversations, and I'm not part of it. So he starts questioning a couple people, and they're all trying to reassure him that he's fine, even though he's not. But that suspicion is getting to him, and it's rightfully so. He's not he's not a David, thankfully. He's reading the room right, and he's just getting gaslighted a little bit. David freaking jumped the gun. This is the thing that David didn't do that Khan did. He started asking questions while he had the suspicions, instead of getting to tribal and start just blowing up his own game, which is something that David should have done. When he had all these questions, he should have just gone to Sam and asked her what's going on, because Sam had all the information and she was trying to save him. He didn't do that. He didn't play the game right. He had the suspicions while he was at the tribe. Just ask the questions, but he didn't do that. Khan is that dude, man. He's asking these questions. Everyone is aligned to him very well, but he still just doesn't know. All right. So they're just all trying to make him feel comfortable so he doesn't play his idol. All right. So we get to tribal, and everyone is still talking about Sophie going home, but Khan is not buying it. This is what he does. My dude Khan right here wears his best outfit, and he even tells everybody, I'm wearing this because I wanted to wear it for a special occasion, and I feel like I'm going home. So this is why I wanted to wear this. And everyone's looking around. They try not to say anything so they don't give away the game, but they definitely want to get rid of him. But they still talking about everything else. And then then talk of idols come around, and they all just kind of skirt around it, but they still talk about, oh, it's dangerous that people have idols and everything like that, but they're still not addressing him directly or saying anything about it. And then Shay plays a nice move where she tried to throw him off, where she's like, I feel like I'm in the most danger, even more than Khan, because I also have an idol and everyone knows about it. I was like, trying to gaslight my dude, but it's all good. They're two good players. I'm not mad about it. They're playing their game right. All right, so everyone is talking, they're bullshitting. They get then it's time to vote. It's time to vote, call it, but then something glorious happens. This dude, Alex, right here, comes out of nowhere and says, I want to get voted out. Because I think his name is like the first, so they called him first to go and vote. He says, I want to get voted out, to everyone. And Mark is like, nah, I'm not having it. He's telling everybody, nah, we're not doing that. Nobody else wants to do it. Because they want to vote out who they want to vote out. And if he goes home, whatever. They just don't want to waste their own freaking chance to vote and solidify an alliance and get rid of a threat because of him. And he's probably going to still go home because, he doesn't want to just leave, because that would be embarrassing. He wants them to actually vote him out, which is, no one's going to freaking do that for you. Come on, man. They're trying to play a game. They're not trying to help you out because you want to save some sort of dignity because you got injured. So they're not doing it. They're not going for it. They're like no. So it comes down to it, and they ask him, well, if you feel like you can't continue, no one can make you. Because the whole tribe was just telling them, wait another day. They're not voting him out this time. And no one can make you. You can go if you want to. And he's like, finally, he thought about it, and he's like, sorry, I can't continue anymore. Exits out the game on his own power. And I'm just like, I've never been so freaking excited. Save my dude Khan. to live another day, to keep us idle. And we got two great players right here. Both have idols. Just want my dude Khan to make it to the merge, man. Don't do him dirty like that. Just great play. And he has another day to figure out what's going on. Who is coming after him? Because the moment he figures out who his enemies are, dude, Khan is gonna go in guns blazing. He's definitely gonna use that idol to his advantage and get some people out, especially if people are on the lower end of whatever the new alliance is. All he has to do is talk to him. He got that gift of the gab. All he has to do is talk to him and switch numbers about. He's going to be deadly. So I'm excited to see it, man. The dude Khan is safe. This sorry ass dude is going home. I can't wait for the next episode. Till next time, guys.